on, guys? Boomer here with the Boomer Smith podcast. Welcome to the game. We're in the game. The game is happening now. It's Thursday. You feel good. I feel good. Great day. Best week of the year so far. Best week because, for a lot of reasons. But let me give you the first one. Mother's Day's coming up, man. Love your moms, folks. Love your moms. And Mother's Day just so happens to be, last year at least it was. My son was born on Mother's Day. So my son's first birthday's coming up. Man, how can that not be the best week of the year so far? First birthday. His first one. First. Can you believe that? You remember yours? First? I don't even. But hey, I took the headphones off. And for those of you that didn't know, I'm bald. I do not have hair on my head. And it's what it is. You know? I've learned to rock it. I love it, actually. I shaved today. Shaved my head today. Love shaving my head. You should do that too. Well, unless you have a great head of hair. Trust me, I would take a head of hair if I had an option. But why am I talking about this? You guys are busy. You've got stuff to do. You wanted to tune into this quick, get the info, and then move on with your day. So I'm going to give it to you. So let me jump in quick. I had a little bit of time this week. And I was like, okay, what can I do with my little bit of time that I have? A little bit of extra time that I have. What can I do with it? Well, I want to serve you. I love you guys. I work for you. Boomer Smith Podcast is at your service every day. So I watched some Netflix so I could tell you what was good, what's not good. You think I want to be watching Netflix? No, not at all. Not at all. I do for you. I'm a servant. I'm a servant leader. So I watched a little bit of Netflix. Now I started a show. I haven't finished the show. It's been on there for a while. And I don't know why I didn't see it, but I'm glad I jumped in because it's good. I am a killer. And that's the title of the show. I'm not a killer. But it's important that we dive into these kind of shows. It's a documentary, true crime documentary, death row inmates, their stories about the murders that they committed. Now why I think you should watch this isn't just because it's interesting. It's because you, if you're like me, are passionate about not getting murdered. So what I can do then is watch a show, entertain myself a little bit, take a break, relax, and then also study up on ways to not get murdered because I am passionate about not getting murdered. I'm known for it. People say that all the time. Oh, that's that guy that's obsessed with not getting murdered. Yeah, that's me. I'm not interested. So you got to be mindful of these things. And that's why it was great because I don't want to waste time. I don't want to lollygag. So here I could watch a show, give you a review, also study up on not getting murdered. It's a big deal. Huge deal, actually. So watch it. Probably not for the kids though, but what is? The kids got their own stuff. They got their own app, Disney Plus, and what have you. They have their own stuff. Stay away from Netflix, kids. Or at least get your own profile if you're on there. I don't need your, jeez. Kids and their TV, I tell you. But I think what's important is that you and I know how to laugh and have fun. And a show about murderers might not be, something that's going to help me laugh and have fun. So then we got to find that somewhere else. I said something about this before, and I don't think I've spent enough time talking about it. I definitely haven't. And some of this is probably going to be a surprise to you, a shocker, actually. I like to goof around. I like to goof around a little bit. Get some giggles in. I know that I'm efficient and I'm a hard worker and I'm a no-nonsense guy. Most of you would say that Boomer, is a no-nonsense guy. Doesn't want to get murdered. No nonsense for sure. But I like to goof around a little bit, especially in the workplace. And I want to encourage you into a practice that I have found in the workplace, even here at home, that has just elevated my quality of life. And if I'm passionate about something other than not getting murdered and goofing around, it's an elevated quality of life. Like you, I would assume. That's why we're together. That's why we're chatting. That's why we're doing this. We want elevated qualities of life. Quality lives. Not quantity, quality lives. So, where was I? Okay, yes, in the workplace. Goofing around. You want it to be meaningful. And this is what I found. I want to help you. In the workplace or even at home, I do this at home too. Find a job. Find a task that you absolutely love doing. It brings you joy. It makes you smile. You get the giggles. You get the warm fuzzies when you do the task. It's a great task. Top-notch task. Find that task. And then do it as much as you can. And then complain the entire time that you're doing it. But continue to do it. Make it seem like it's the worst task. You think I want to be doing this? This task is the worst. I do not want to be doing this at all. But inside, you love it. And now nobody else wants to do it because you complain so much about the task. Why would they want to do it? You made it seem like the worst task ever. Well, folks, you've won once you've got them. So do that. 100% do that. That's what I do at home as far as putting the clothes in the dryer or in the washer. You got to go down the basement. It's quiet in the basement. It's peaceful. I'm in the basement right now. So I always volunteer for that job. You're such a good helper, volunteering to bring stuff. Do you think I want to be bringing stuff downstairs? I'm trying to serve you. I want to save you. I actually like bringing stuff downstairs. Like I said, it's quiet down here. So pro tips from Boomer Smith on the house. That's what you came here for. So I'm giving it to you. Find a task that you love doing. Make it seem horrible. So then nobody has any problem with you doing it. Hey, and then you're spending all day just doing tasks that you love. And there are tasks, though, throughout the day that we don't love. For me, one is checking my emails. And it's hard for me to find time to do that. You folks have been kind enough to allow me a couple minutes to check some emails every once in a while here on the show. So I'm going to dive into that here right now while you're with me. All right, just give me a quick second, multitasking, getting stuff done. I'm a go-getter. You're a go-getter. We go get together. So, okay, good. K Jewelers. Email from K Jewelers. And, I bought my wedding ring from there. So, I guess it is important that I continue to get updates from what they have going on. But, it says, nothing says I love you, Mom, like breathtaking. Interesting. Interesting because I saw some of that in that I Am a Killer show. I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm going to take your breath away with a murder. So, yeah, I don't know how those things tie in together, but I'm probably not going to go back to that email. Like I said, stay away from murder, no murder. And I am going to check one more. Rugs.com. Spooky. This is a spooky email. See for yourself, everyone needs a dining room rug. Now, what's crazy about that is this last week, we actually took the rug out of our dining room because our kids just spill food all over it. It's frustrating trying to keep that clean. But now they're saying everybody needs a dining, and I made a mistake. I did not know everybody needed a dining room rug, and gosh darn, I will go get a rug now, maybe from rugs.com. That worked out pretty good. I'm sure they have a link where they'll probably let me buy one, you think? They're good people at rugs.great people at rugs.com. But yeah, okay, good. So I'm getting productive. We're getting stuff done. Productivity is the name of the game, but you have to understand as well that you can goof around in the process. And this is why it's important. Because I know you go, Boomer, you're no nonsense. Now you're telling me to goof around. Goofing around actually boosts your productivity because it boosts my mood. And when my mood is good, I am ready to get it done. That's why I make sure I get in a good mood before I hang out with you guys, because we're getting stuff done. We're checking emails, talking about our rug futures, and it's important, obviously. Otherwise, you and I wouldn't be diving into this. There is something though that I have been diving into outside of the house, outside of rugs, outside of the basement. And what I've been doing is I've been picking up some rocks. Now, I know you're thinking, where are you going with this? But I've been picking up literal rocks out of my yard. And you obviously need some backstory to this. So I'll give it to you, of course. But I've got a yard. You got a yard? I got a yard. In my yard, there's a rock garden. It goes all the way around the house. Now, underneath the rock garden, there's this meshy stuff that's supposed to keep weeds out. Well, I found that, that meshy stuff tends to deteriorate after a while. And I'm pretty sure that this stuff had been down there for, judging by the looks of it, 15, 20 years. So there's not much meshy stuff left. But there are now a whole lot of rocks. A lot of rocks mixed with weeds. And there's work to do out there. And I've got to get through this quick because I got to get out there and get to it. But this is what I found interesting. And this is where I feel I've got a little bit of wisdom that I can now apply to other areas of my life. Now, picking up these little tiny rocks, I'm putting them in a bucket. One little bucket at a time. And I'm moving them to another place as we just kind of change our landscaping up. So I'm reusing the rocks, repurposing the rocks, which is a good repurposing is huge for those of you that care about the environment and efficiency. Repurposing is absolutely huge. But there are a lot of rocks. And what I'm doing is just trying to do a little bit every single day. Step outside, fill up the bucket, dump it in the spot where they're supposed to go, call it a day. The next day, another, maybe 2 buckets one day. And this is where the wisdom is that quite often I know for myself is I can not dive into a task or not move towards a goal or not move forward towards anything because I don't like that it takes too long. I don't like that there's not instant gratification. Now, in this rock thing that I'm going through, this whole process of moving these rocks, I know that if I make a little bit of progress every day at the end of the month, end of the summer maybe, I'll be doing a heck of a lot better just because I did a little bit at a time. Now, in my life, in my desire to be healthier, more physical health, emotional, relational, spiritual health, I know that, yes, I would love to see vast improvements in all those things in a quick period of time. But I have learned the hard way over and over that the way to get where you want to go is to do a little bit at a time. 1 little rock in the bucket a day, 2 little rocks in the bucket a day. And then maybe there's a day where you don't, but then you pick that up the next day and you just keep moving. And you and I, if we step towards our little goals, or we make little goals that equate to our big goals, and we hammer those little goals every day, we pick up those little tiny rocks every single day. Guys, by the end of the summer, we're going to be looking fantastic. We are going to be looking top. We're great now, but we will be even topper-notcher if that is a thing. So here's what I'm rooting for you folks. This is what I'm rooting for. Root for you folks and for myself is that I continue to see the big picture. Yeah, I want to focus on today and not worry about tomorrow, but I can still keep an eye on the big picture. If I pick up a little bit of rocks every day for the next year, I could have 1,000,000 rocks, a whole lot of rocks. If I maybe work out a little bit today, every day for the next year, I could be looking at an ab someday in the mirror, or a little tricep divot, or a shoulder thing, whatever that is. But for you and for me, right now, we start today. So no matter how our day has gone, we have an opportunity now to be productive in some little thing that gets us closer to our goals. So maybe your goal is just to listen to all of the Boomer Smith podcast episodes. Ladies and gentlemen, you are one step closer because you hung out with me today, and I appreciate you doing it. Have a good rest of the week. Call your moms, folks. If they're still around, call your moms. Boomer Smith Podcast.